Audio Jungle.
Hello my dear students, back again to our lessons in drama. Please study hard and do your best. Today I'm going to analyze and explain the conflict through or within Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet by depending on three aspects or three tracks. Let us start track number one or aspect number one. Major conflicts. What are the major conflicts? When one studies Romeo and Juliet, it is easy to recognize that conflict is main theme. The major conflicts in the literature come from two warring families, the Capulets and the Montagues. The scene of the script illustrates that the two families have had wars between them for many years. This hatred that has been passed from one generation to the next has had an impact on the family members as well as the people of Verona. The citizens of the region are part of the conflict because they witness the two families constantly fighting, often resulting to death on either side. Not only does Shakespeare, the author of the literature, illustrate conflict in terms of the two families, but inner personal conflict is presented by the author when he describes how Juliet reacts after recognizing Romeo is a Montague. When Juliet realizes the true identity of the person he loves, she is shocked. She wonders how she can love the person from the family she is supposed to hate. She voices her conflict by stating that she should love a lost enemy. The fact that she cannot change the fact that she loves Romeo provides a formidable basis for conflict. The other basis for conflict provided by the author comes from a conflict between Tybalt and Romeo. Romeo crashes a Capulet party, and this makes Tybalt want to engage him in a duel. The other source of conflict on the literature comes from the conflict between Juliet and her father. The father of Juliet wishes her to marry Paris while she does not. The father of Juliet threatens to throw her out of the family if she refuses to marry Paris, who is a noble. The second aspect or the second track of the conflict is titled How Conflict Affects Society. The main conflict in Romeo and Juliet comes from the family fights between the Capulets and the Montagues. The war between the two families interferes with societal norm whereby many people die in the process. It is evident that this conflict has an impact on interactions between people. Romeo and Juliet, though loved each other, couldn't be together since they came from the opposite family to the feud. Individuals are taught from an early stage in life to hate members from the other family. For this reason, the father of Juliet couldn't accept her daughter to marry Romeo since he came from the opposing family. It is also evident that the fights have had a negative impact on the thoughts of people. For example, Juliet would be shocked to realize that Romeo came from a family that she is supposed to hate. The scene of the play illustrates a brawl which involves servants from the house of Capulet and Montague. This fight has an impact on the street that the prince warns of dire consequences if such an event that disturbs the streets should occur again. The impact of the conflict is also evident when Romeo and his friends attend a function where Tybalt argues they were not invited. Tybalt challenges Romeo into a fight which he declines. But his friend with anger challenges Tybalt, which results in his death, while Romeo tries to stop the fight. In response to the death of his friend, Romeo seeks revenge against Tybalt, which he succeeds to kill him. This will result in his banishment from Verona. Friends of Romeo and Juliet planned to secretly marry the two lovers. They devise a plan to fake Juliet's death, but never told Romeo. When Romeo realizes Juliet is dead, he kills himself. When Juliet wakes up and finds Romeo dead, he kills herself. Because they loved each other. Because of the family conflict, Romeo and Juliet would not let the society know about their love affair. The last or the third aspect, or the third track number 3, or aspect number 3, titled How to Handle the Conflict in Society. How to handle the conflict in society. Concentrate, please. The reason of the family conflicts between the two families in Romeo and Juliet literature is not specifically mentioned. The conflict stretches back for many decades. In order to handle such a conflict, I would recommend a mediator or a conciliator. The conciliator will be able to speak with both families in order to understand the reasons for their conflict. The conciliator would also be responsible for providing measures and conditions that would prevent the two families from fighting again. The conflict in the society should be handled by applying preventive measures. I would recommend that a unit is developed that would monitor the movements of the families and apply harsh measures or harsh measures to the family that starts a fight. Deterrence is another important measure. Deterrence is another important measure or procedure that I recognize will bring formidable help to ending the conflicts. The deterrence measures could include offering hefty fines to families that start such conflicts. Families will avoid starting fights because it has a cost implication. The other important strategy for dealing with such conflicts in the society is providing education. Is providing education to people in a society. This is very important. Is providing education to people in a society. The content of such education includes details on how to handle conflicts. Thank you, my dear students, and good luck.